Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you, talking to some rivalry games this week. We got a couple different games we want to preview. Definitely going to use StreamYard for the big ones like the Iron Bowl. I think I want to try to use it for Michigan, Ohio State, for the bigger ones. And this one is big, but I just don't see much significance this year. I mean, it's kind of weird seeing Clemson only at 7 wins here at Rivalry Week. It's Clemson and it's South Carolina. Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media with the Palmetto Bowl rivalry preview video. Clemson opens as a 7.5-point favorite. The over-under is 51.5, I should say. It's a 6:30 Central game, 7:30 Eastern local time when it takes place at Williams-Brice Stadium. What is at stake for this game? Clemson comes in 7-4, looking for their 8th win of the year, whereas you have 5-6 South Carolina. If South Carolina loses, they don't go bowling. If they win, they just barely make it to a bowl game. I want to shout out some guys like Twisted Rooster and Gamecock Chuck on the South Carolina side. And then on the Clemson side of things, Huffer Billy Paul and my boy, Pigskin Pete. Really appreciate you guys for being really good friends and supporting the channel and everything. Comparing these colleges too, by the way, this dates back a very long time. This meeting has been going on since 1896, where South Carolina won the first meeting on November 12th, 12-6, and they won last year 31-30 in Clemson, South Carolina. They meet this Saturday on the 25th. They play for the Palmetto Trophy, which has only been around since 2015. They actually played not for a trophy for a long time until the Hardee's Trophy in the 1980s, and then that ended in 2014. They have met 119 times, so this is a significant number in the rivalry. At 120. This is the 120th meeting between the two schools. I know it's not 100, it's not 150, but now you're in the 120s. That's kind of a milestone. Clemson does lead the series, and it's not really close, but South Carolina, having won last year, and by the way, I apologize. I know South Carolina, I said, won the last 2. Actually looking at this, it was just last year. I thought they had won in 2021. They did not meet in 2020 because of the weird schedules and conference only and everything. So they didn't meet in 2020. Clemson had won in 2021. South Carolina goes to Clemson last year and wins by a point. Great defense at the end to upset number 8 Clemson, in South Carolina has not been ranked in this series since 2013. Clemson has not been unranked in the series since 2010. Well, hate to break it to you, but neither team is ranked. That's interesting here. Who do I think is going to win? I'm going to go, I don't know. I loved Clemson in the offseason, and I think I had picked Clemson to even win this game. South Carolina needs one win. You're just one game away from a bowl. You have to win this game to go bowling. Clemson's already going. They're just looking for win number 8 on the year. Cade Klubnik and Spencer Rattler are their quarterbacks. Cade Klubnik, 2,480 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 17 picks. 7 picks, I'm sorry. Can you imagine if someone had 17 interceptions? It's 7, not 17. Compared to Spencer Rattler, 3,074 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 7 picks. That's pretty good. Honestly, that's not bad. It's kind of interesting that they both have 19 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. By the way, it's not 17 interceptions for Cade Klubnik. I messed that up. But then you compare the rushing leaders in Phil Maffa and then Mano Anderson. Now, Phil Maffa has 149 carries, 805 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Anderson for South Carolina has 130 carries, just shy of Phil Maffa, 672 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Bo Collins for Clemson, 38 receptions, 510 yards, and 3 touchdowns. The lead receiver is Xavier Leggett for South Carolina. Now he has 65 receptions, 1,187 yards, and 7 touchdowns. I mentioned the line. The spread it opened at 7.5 Clemson, right? Who's 7-4. South Carolina's 5-6. The spread is 7 points. I'll make this one quick on you guys. I think Clemson has the better defense. I think coming out of high school and everything, Spencer Rattler seemed like the guy. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. Then you had a guy like Cade Klubnik come along for Clemson, and he has just taken hold. And the past 3 games, the offense has looked amazing. They won in a shootout with Notre Dame. They beat Georgia Tech, and they got UNC. Both teams in their last 5 games have gone 3-2, and they're both on a 3-game win streak, which kind of makes things interesting. And it's at Williams-Brice Stadium. 65.5% for Clemson to win the game, 34.5% for South Carolina. And again, the spread is -7 Clemson. All right. That's the spread. It opened at 7.5, so it dropped half a point. The total over-under is 51.5. I don't know what to expect for this game as a score prediction. I'll try to give you guys one here because it's fun to do score predictions. I'm never right. I'm never even close. But this is good. This is a great game. And this will be a great night game to watch if you got nothing better to do on Saturday night, unless your team's playing at 7:30. Tune to the SEC Network for Clemson, South Carolina. Gosh, I want to see Clemson lose this game. Not that I'm an Alabama fan. I remind people, I'm an Alabama fan. But I got some South Carolina guys. Gamecock Chuck, Twisted Rooster. But then I also got Pigskin Pete. I'm pretty loyal to Pete. He's pretty loyal to me. Huffer Billy Paul. I love you all. I love you, all of you guys. And I hope both of these teams come out and give us a great showdown on Saturday. I just don't know who to pick. It's at South Carolina, and I do say when in doubt, take the home team. I think it's going to be close. Because again, it's a 7-point spread. 7-point spread. What's hard is coming up with a score prediction too. Like, is it going to be defense or the offense is going to struggle? Who do you trust? I think Clemson's offense has been clicking at the right time. South Carolina only won 17-14 against Kentucky. They gave up 28 points to Jacksonville State. I just think they're struggling. They lost to A&M, who fired their head coach. They lost to Missouri. Missouri's a good team, though. Clemson hasn't lost at all in November. Neither has South Carolina. But their last loss was a 24-17 loss at NC State. The last 3 games that Clemson has won, they're on a win streak of 3. Their last games were at home. Last 3 games were at home, and it was a win for Clemson in every game. And the same for South Carolina. Now it's at Williams-Brice. There's so much more I could say and talk about, but we got to get to a score prediction here. We got to get a prediction. It's almost a coin flip. For the South Carolina, well, no, because I got Pete. I don't know. There's too many Carolina people. There's Clemson, there's South Carolina. There's Clemson, there's South Carolina. My gut says South Carolina wants that 6th win and wants to make a bowl. I'm going to go with South Carolina. I'm going to take them at home, but it wouldn't surprise me no matter what the outcome is. The only thing that would surprise me is if it's not close in the fourth quarter. Like, seriously. I mean, I could get if it's a 7-point game and then someone kicks a field goal to make it a 2-possession game, or if they score an extra touchdown and they win by 14 or 13 or something. But I'm going to take South Carolina and the spread. I'm going to say they win by a touchdown. I'll say they cover on the money with the 7 points. I'll say South Carolina wins, and I'm going to say it's a shootout, and South Carolina prevails in the end. I'm going to say 38-31 is the final of the Palmetto Bowl rivalry here in 2023. It was 31-30 last year. I'm going to say 38-31 this year. You notice that the last 3 meetings, the winning team has been in the 30s, right? Clemson was dominant in 2018, and they won 56-35. South Carolina was struggling, not very good. Will Muschamp, we remember all of that. Shane Beamer's a different guy. I think Shane Beamer's doing some big things for South Carolina. I know he's down this year. I know he's struggling. But give me the Gamecocks in this one. I think South Carolina could do it. They only got a 34.5% chance. That's less than half the matchup predictor. But, I mean, come on. It's at home. It'll be a night game at Williams-Brice. I just want to hear from, and hopefully I talked to him this week, but I want to hear from guys like Gamecock Chuck and Twisted Rooster and everybody on their channels. And I just want to hear, like, is it one of those games where South Carolina and even Clemson, like, is it whoever does something stupid loses the game? Is it like that? Or is it just whoever comes out and dominates? I don't know. But I want to hear from you guys in the comments. We're over 12 minutes on this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Share it out. And we'll see you. We'll see you next time. More rivalry content coming. We'll be live for the Iron Bowl this Saturday around 2:30 Central. So, hope to see you there. And we'll get some more preview videos out this week. Love you guys. Jesus loves you. God bless. And from an Alabama fan, Roll Tide. We'll see you. Love you guys. Peace.